everyone, welcome back. My name's Diana, aka Bookish Di, and happy Pride Month. I know we're at the end of it, but we still got a few more days. And I got tagged by Reija, also known as the Book Finch, to do the Pride Flag book tag. So this was originally started by Spence, and I will link that video down below. But anyway, so the goal of this tag, I guess, is to have books paired to each color of the rainbow flag, assigned, its original meanings. So this seemed like a fun thing to do, and I would get to talk about some books that I've read the last few years that I haven't really talked about. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. So the first color of the flag is red, which means life. And so for this tag, it's a book with a spirited protagonist who's totally proud of who they are. And for that, because I am forever on brand with my love of Star Wars, I am choosing the first volume of the Dr. Aphra comic written by Kieran Gillen and penciled by Kev Walker. So while the movies and the animated series of Star Wars have been letting us down in terms of queer representation, things have been a little bit better in the literature and comic front, especially given that we have Aphra. She's a queer woman of color. She is very much a disaster lesbian. She has a lot of hijinks. She's kind of a reverse Indiana Jones. That was how she was originally conceived in the Darth Vader comic books. But her series is all about the misadventures she gets up to on her own time, and they're pretty great. So I highly recommend this run. It's a lot of fun. I really would love it if we saw Aphra in a TV show or a movie down the line. Anyway, so my Aphra is my pick for red. Orange is healing, and the prompt for that is a book that made you, as a reader, find a deeper meaning or catharsis. And for that, I have to go with Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sáenz. And I don't normally do audiobooks, but I listened to this on audiobook, and it's read by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And it's all about these two young Mexicano boys discovering, who they are, what their places are in the universe. And there was just one passage in particular where Dante is talking about feeling disconnected from his Latino heritage. And that really hit home for me. I am a Latina. My dad and his family are all Mexicanos, Chicanos actually. But a lot of, I am white too, and I wasn't necessarily raised Latina. I was raised more white. And the way Dante talked about how he felt disconnected, how people don't see him as Latino, and how adrift he feels from his heritage just hit me in a way that, I still kind of tear up a little bit thinking about it, because I had never really read anything that kind of captured how I felt as a white Latina who, like I said, was raised more white than anything else. And yeah, that book hit home in a lot of different ways. And Dante talking about his ethnicity and his feelings about that especially were really, just really hard hitting for me. So the next prompt is Sunshine for yellow, and that is a book that makes you so happy it can brighten your darkest day. And so for that, I chose Once Ghosted, Twice Shy by Alyssa Cole. It is a novella in her Reluctant Royals series. It follows a character, Likotsi, who you meet in the first Reluctant Royals novel. And in that novel, you find out, she has been dating this woman, Fab, and something happens and Fab breaks it off really suddenly, and it, leaves Lakotsi heartbroken. And so once Ghosted Twice Shy kind of, documents them reconnecting by complete chance on the subway, and also goes into, what happened during their initial courtship the months prior. And it's this really beautiful novella. I really love the two characters, and it was really nice and happy and uplifting. And I love Alyssa Cole's Reluctant Royals series in general. And so having an installment focusing on two queer women of color was just fantastic. And the cover itself, I love it. The couple on the cover are actually a couple in real life, which I find is just adorable. Anyway, Once Ghosted Twice Shy, it just makes me so happy. The next one is Green, and that is for nature. And so this is a book that is set out of this world. So I chose Witchmark by C.L. Polk. Witchmark is set in a world that's similar to Edwardian London, but not quite, or Edwardian England, I'm sorry. So it follows Miles Singer, who faked his own death because of due to his magical nature, his family was going to bind him to his sister and serve her, and that's not the life that he wanted. So he escaped and became a soldier and then a doctor. And this was one of the first books I read this year, and it was just one of the best books I've read so far in 2019. And Miles and his story and how he changes the world around him is just very good. I am really looking forward to the sequel, even though it got pushed back. But yeah, if you want a good kind of alternative history / fantasy type thing, Witchmark by C.L. Polk is quite good, and I really enjoyed it. Blue is for peace, and it is about a character finding peace with a difficult truth. And so I am choosing When the Moon Was Ours by Anna Maria McClelmore. So When the Moon Was Ours follows two teens, Miel, who has roses that grow out of her wrist, and Sam, who's a transgender Pakistani boy. And this book is just absolutely beautiful. Anna Maria McClelmore writes just really lush, beautiful books, and this one's no exception. But part of this book is both Miel and Sam coming to terms with who they are, coming to peace with the secrets in the small town that they call home, and the secrets around that their families might be keeping, or that they might be keeping. And it's just absolutely beautiful, and I need to reread it soon because it was one of my favorite books of the year that I read it, and it really opened my eyes to McClelmore and the beautiful writing that she has. Finally, Purple is Spirit, and that is a book that deals with LGBTQ plus issues and religion. So for that I chose The Miseducation of Cameron Post. It is kind of historical YA. It's set in the early 1990s by Emily Danforth, and it's about this young girl, Cameron Post, who discovers that she's attracted to girls. Unfortunately, her aunt, who's her guardian after Cameron's parents die, is very religious, very conservative, and so Cameron has to navigate living in small town Montana, and what happens when her secret gets out and she gets sent to gay conversion camp. It's not an easy book to read. It deals with the reality that unfortunately a lot of teens in America and around the world have to deal with in terms of gay conversion, attempts at gay conversion therapy, which isn't therapy, it's torture. Anyway, like I said, it's not an easy read, but I think it's an important read, and it does a good job of showing the characters grappling with all the internalized, you know, homophobia and what society tells them. Yeah. And it was made into a movie. I think it's streaming somewhere. I don't know off the top of my head. So anyway, that is my Pride Flag book tag entry. I am going to be tagging Rachel, Bree, and Claire. So I will, yeah, I will link them below as well. Thank you so much, Reija, for tagging me. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any suggestions about books that might fit these themes, or if you have thoughts on the books that I talked about, please comment down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And I will be back soon talking about my adventures at ALA. All right, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.